incredible Monster Jam action, and this time it's coming from the Monster Jam World Tour and Escalade. And we are ready to crown the first Millennium Stadium racing champion of Monster Jam. George Belhan and Escalade out of North Benton, Ohio, and his opponent will be Alex Blackwell driving the popular Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Both trucks get off to a great start. Early lead for Belhan, slides it nicely through the turns. You've got to be able to slide your truck out if you want to handle these turns at maximum speed, and Belhan has the advantage. George Belhan in that awesome-looking Escalade with the spinner wheels looking great. He flies it across the finish line, and the first ever Monster Jam racing competition at Millennium Stadium is won by George Belhan, and he celebrates in an Escalade. You see the margin of victory. George Belhan, your winner in racing. Now, who will win the first Wales Freestyle Championship? Candace Jolly will take her shot at this huge floor first. Because the floor is so big, huge obstacles are here, and it is going to be a true test for the Monster Jam stars to see who can be spectacular enough to impress the three judges and win this freestyle competition. Candace Jolly, a rookie from Naples, Florida, in the very popular Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Two Monster Mutt trucks on the circuit, the original Monster Mutt, and then this, the Spotted Monster Mutt. Both of them are based on a 1950 chop-top Mercury, and the fans love it, and Candace loves flying it. Great job on the donuts from Candace Jolly. Again, she is just a rookie, but really has been coming on strong here in her first year of Monster Jam competition. Her sister Courtney Jolly also on the Monster Jam circuit, but over at Cardiff, it's Candace holding up the banner for the Jolly sisters, and she does a very nice job to get things started. You can see the scores right there. It's a total of 19 as Candace Jolly in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian comes out first. A look at the replay. She really did get some great air, and the Monster Mutt has the score to beat. From Gothenburg, Sweden, here's Anders Flogard, who has been very impressive running against the American superstars, but he's in trouble early, and over he goes. The fans are excited by the rollover, but that's not what he wanted. It will not score well. You can see it's only a total of 11 for the Swede, Anders Flogard, and that was just getting in trouble, and you can see he almost saved the truck, but on the rebound, it ends up over on its lid. The World Racing Champion is here at Millennium Stadium, now freestyling. John Cisak bringing out the very popular Batman. The only Monster Jam truck designed and based like the Batmobile. And John has done a phenomenal job, not only in the United States to win that Monster Jam World Championship in racing last year at the Monster Jam World Finals, held in Las Vegas at Sam Boyd Stadium, but he has been on the entire world tour, been all over Europe, and been winning races on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean this year. Now he'd love to add a freestyle win, but he's going to pick the pace up just a little bit if he wants to beat this field. It is an all-star lineup here in Cardiff. Another brilliant set of donuts, and part of the credit for those has to go to the track construction crew, the team that built this floor onto what used to be a soccer field and will return to a soccer field after Monster Jam is done. But they have given these drivers a surface where you can pop great wheelies, but also do some incredible donuts. John Cisak hoping to get the lead. The numbers you see counting down in the lower right-hand portion of your screen, that's the clock. You need to get that clock to all zeros to get the optimum score. Each truck is expected to fill the entire 90 seconds. If they don't, the judges are instructed to make at least a small deduction from the score that they were going to give them. And look at Batman, he will fill that clock as it kicks down to 00, and Batman has done a brilliant job, and he'll take the lead with a score of 24. So John Cisak, Batman, maybe the world racing champion, but right now he is freestyle leader. Well, here is one of the most successful drivers, certainly in Monster Jam Europe's brief history. Adam Anderson has won a ton of events on the European side of the ocean, and he would love to grab a big win here in Cardiff, Wales. Adam Anderson, the son of the legend who formed the Gravedigger team 25 years ago, Dennis Anderson. Adam is the next generation of the biggest name in Monster Jam, and he is a spectacular freestyler. Nice hang time, beautiful air. He gets into a small slap wheelie. Adam Anderson driving the truck that is his truck. A year ago, he spent most of the season filling in for his father in Gravedigger, while Dennis Anderson returned from a shoulder injury. He was able to do that at the Monster Jam World Finals, and now Adam is happy to be back in his own truck, making his own name driving fans. To get the lead here at Millennium Stadium, he will need to be able to come up with a score that can beat a 24. Well, you can see on some of our camera angles that this place is absolutely jam-packed. Of course, for safety reasons, they don't sell any tickets on the lower part. They keep that as a safety area. But the rest of this stadium, and again, it is a European attendance record. Some 50,000 Monster Jam fans in attendance and loving what they're seeing from Adam Anderson and Taz. Clock winding down. He's down to his final 15 seconds, so it appears he's going to fill the clock. Look at that lead. Adam Anderson doing one of the things the judges look for, and that is to hit every obstacle on this track. And another thing, you got to fill the clock. As I mentioned, he is going to do just that, and he'll end it up with a beautiful cross-thread move, something that we have not seen from any of the other competitors, and you would figure that'll score him a bonus point or two with the judges. Now, he's filled the clock. Adam is just going on for the fans. The judges are told to turn their scores in right now, but they will let Adam continue to run as long as he wants to, because he's doing it just to entertain all these Monster Jam fans here in Wales. Adam Anderson, who learned the sport from the best, his famous father, Dennis Anderson, and he'll leave it with some donuts. Nicely done, and he will grab the lead. Adam Anderson, with a score of 26, is now in first place. Look at the air as we take a look at some of the highlights. Beautifully done by Adam Anderson and Taz. Well, now another rising star in Monster Jam starts it with a big wheeling. Alex Blackwell and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle off to an impressive start. But you're going to have to go big to win this competition. Adam Anderson has already raised the bar, and there are still several of the top freestylers in the world to come in this competition. We're glad you're joining us for more excitement of Monster Jam. Oh, he's in trouble. That's not what he wanted to do, and over on the hard shell. Alex Blackwell flips the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and turtles don't do so well when they're up on their shells. It's just going to be a score of 15 and a disappointing run for Alex Blackwell, because he only was able to use about 30 seconds of the 90 seconds on the clock. Welcome to more incredible Monster Jam action, and this time it's coming from the Monster Jam World Tour. Bounced off that sky wheelie, but he was able to recover. Frank Kreml now hits the track in a truck that has won a Monster Jam World Freestyle Championship in the past. That is El Toro Loco. It's the Spanish translation. In English, that's the Crazy Bull. Frank Kreml is one of these Monster Jam veterans who has been at the game for several years and continues to work his way up the ladder. He's driven some very high-profile trucks in the past, including the Power Forward machine, owned by NBA superstar, legendary NBA player Karl Malone, but now he is behind the wheel of El Toro Loco, a truck that is known for its wild freestyles. So Kreml about halfway through the run. Kind of searching right now, looking to get something going. He really wants to pick up the pace, I'm sure. Well, here comes a nice cross-thread move. Those are always impressive and very tough to do. And he combos it up. A cross-thread combo, the first driver to do that, but there's a lot of smoke coming out of the back of that truck, and that does not look good, although it's not going to stop him. El Toro continues to roll on. There's going to be a lot of work for that crew to do once Frank Kreml brings that truck back into the pit. So he is hurting it bad, but he's turning the fans on here at Millennium Stadium. You can hear the power, and in the air, he continues to burp the throttle so that he makes the landing exactly the way he wants it. Gonna wrap it up with some smoky donuts as he will come close to filling the clock. But judges will probably consider that filling the clock. Oh, yes, they will. They give him a 28. Frank Kreml bolts into the lead with a score of 28, and El Toro Loco is now the truck to beat. Well, it'll be an English native who is going to try and beat him here in his homeland. From Nottinghamshire in the United Kingdom, it is Carl Swallow and Slingshot. This was actually the first European truck ever to compete against the Americans in a sanctioned Monster Jam event, and Carl now getting to do it on his home soil as he loves competing here in Cardiff, Wales. Slingshot has certainly been one developing and really becoming a premier driver by the fact that he's had the opportunity to compete against some of America's best over these last 3 years. Looking for his best freestyle ever. He would love to get it here. He's got so many family and friends in this crowd at Millennium Stadium, and they are all on their feet and cheering their favorite, Carl Swallow and Slingshot. And he has broken one of the bars on the front of the truck. He's trying to continue, but that's going to probably take him out of commission. Although he's fighting through it, trying to continue. He is just going to have trouble controlling the steering. So why don't you try launching into a donut? That looks like what he wants to do if he can get it to right. Here we go. Definitely learned that from watching the Masters, like the Dennis Andersons and the Tom Menses. You've got a broken truck. Can you launch it into a donut? A lot of times, that is one way to keep your performance going, even if the truck doesn't want to cooperate. And how about this? Despite the fact that the truck broke early on, Carl Swallow fights through it. And the Brit is able to record a completed run. He fills the entire clock, will get a score of 17, and makes even more new fans here in Wales. Well, you can see he got some nice air as we look at the replay, the highlights of Carl Swallow and Slingshot. Now, how about this truck in Europe for the first time, and at the pit party, this was one of the most popular trucks out there. It is called Jurassic Attack, a version of a dinosaur concept. The driver is out of Canada, the Alberta province in Canada, Don Frankish, a veteran of Monster Jam action, but this is his first opportunity to compete in Europe, and he's been relishing it, loves hanging out with the European fans, and has really made quite a few new ones, especially with the unique design of this truck, especially the youngsters. The boys and girls really seem to love the Jurassic Attack machine. Now, he started a little slow. If he wants to have a chance to win this competition, this last 50 seconds, he will need to be spectacular and really pick up the pace, because you have to put up a big number to win here. El Toro Loco is your leader with a score of 28, and Frank is now starting to pick up the pace. Here he goes. He's going to take a long run at this next jump. Let's see what kind of air Don Frankish can get in Jurassic Attack. Nicely done as he skies it high. Has to really hit the brakes hard because he did not want to run into the wall protection at the end of Millennium Stadium. 20 seconds left. Nice cross-tread move. Oh, that's a great job. Best cross-tread we've seen. And now he combos it up. Look out, he's in trouble. Over on his side. Oh, what a save. That was amazing. One of the greatest saves you will ever see. And the judges loved it. They're going to give him a perfect score of 30. Don Frankish bolts into the lead, and those scores came because of that amazing save. You'll never see one more over in terms of about to flip, and then a driver be able to pull out of it like Don did right there. Now the best George Belhan can hope for is to tie Frankish for the top score as he brings out an Escalade. Big, big night this has already been for George Belhan with the incredible lineup of superstars here in Cardiff. He walked away as the racing winner. Now he would love to post 30 and tie Don Frankish for the top spot in freestyle as well. And he is really nailing some nice wheelies to get this thing started. Another nice set of donuts. No truck out there quite like George's Escalade. You can see the spinner wheels, the neon lights that are underneath the truck. when they have it set up at the pit party. George will have the stereo thumping, the DVD player going. It is really, really popular, especially with the teenagers who come to Monster Jam events and get to hang out with George during the pit party before the Monster Jam event. And anytime you get to come to a Monster Jam, make sure you come early and get out to the pit party. Your chance to see these amazing Monster Jam machines up close. It is truly an unbelievable experience. Look at Bellhand continuing to navigate some very tough waters, but he really has to come up with something spectacular if he's going to be able to match what Don Frankish did in Jurassic Attack, because the judges have shown they're going to give the big scores for the most spectacular move. More donuts for Bellhand. I don't think he was satisfied with those. He was not able to really get the truck going. Bellhand, known as a master of donuts, but he's in trouble now. Oh, he did save it. But he gave it too much throttle, and over it goes. He had it saved, but couldn't keep it, and that will cost him a little bit on the judges' scorecards. It's a total of 26, which will put him into a tie for third place. Jurassic Attack leads with a 30. El Toro Loco was second with a 28. And here comes a guy who's put up a big number everywhere he goes. Monster Jam's only 7-time world champion, Tom Meents, the driver of Maximum Destruction. It has been great to see the reaction of the Monster Jam fans. So many who have been introduced to Monster Jam by television and by the DVDs, and they have seen how amazing Tom Meents has been through his career. Well, for him to have his first opportunity to meet fans here in Cardiff, Wales, and to be able to put on a show like this, it has been a great experience that Tom has been absolutely thrilled about. Now, he wants to reward these fans with a big Maximum Destruction freestyle. Really continues to power this course. Almost got himself in trouble. Now, he has to back it up, and that is something that the judges are supposed to take into account as not a positive anytime you back up and it's not part of the move. But Tom tends to be so spectacular that he can kind of overcome some of those things. More big air from Tom Meents and Maximum Destruction, and now he's in trouble. He breaks the wheel off as it flips over, but way too much time left on the clock to think that he'll be able to